everybody? Welcome to the Pound for Pound show. My name is Philip, and joining me tonight is Ben. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you, Phil?
Doing excellent. Doing excellent. We're flying one member short this episode. You know, it's coming up on the pay-per-view. We wanted to make sure we got it covered, and he just couldn't be here. But he'll be back very soon.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to touch base and talk a little bit about upcoming UFC 278. We got three main fights we're going to cover tonight, and without further ado, Ben, let's just get into it. I'm going to throw it over to you. Obviously, the main event for the welterweight title, we've got Kamaru Usman against Leon Edwards. It seems like Leon has been in line for a title shot since like 1977.
Yeah.
It's finally here. Tell me what you think we're going to see.
Well, he's on, what is it? I want to say a 9-fight win streak.
It's a lot.
He's on a big win streak, and he's been very hot lately. And the thing about Leon is he's very much in his mind. He's becoming champion. He's very mentally strong through all the fight cancellations, through COVID. He didn't fight in 2020. He's just been put your head down, do the work, and just get in there and do business. And that's just him. And you got to respect that about the guy. But then you got Usman on the other side, who is just a straight savage. And over the past 2 years, he's looked like a different animal. He's knocking people out. He's finishing everybody. He's being more aggressive. His boxing has improved drastically. So I'm going to pick Usman. But here's the thing, though. I'm going to pick Usman. He's going to go back to his roots, his wrestling. I think he's going to take Leon down, grind out a decision win. Because you do not want to stand with Leon Edwards. He is a slick boxer. That's his bread and butter. And I think Usman it's going to go similar to the first fight. Because the first fight, Usman kind of wrestled him, made it a boring fight, made it dirty. And that's what you got to do with Leon. So I think Usman does that again successfully and retains his belt. What do you think, Phil?
I mean, that's a pretty fair assessment. I think, Leon, obviously his path to victory is to pick Usman apart because he's probably a more technical boxer. And I could maybe see that happening because, this was the exact review when we talked about like the Masvidal fight. It was like, well, Usman's got to wrestle him to win that fight. And he didn't. And you saw how it turned out. So Usman could, and to be fair, his boxing since he went to Trevor Whitman has been 10,000% improved.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he can't win a stand-up fight, but to your point, I think the path of least resistance and the least dangerous is if he utilizes wrestling, puts Leon up against the cage, puts him on the ground, and just beats the hell out of him. So I think Usman just has way more tools in the box. He's debatably the top pound for pound fighter in the world. And like you said, like he won the belt and he looks like the Usman today would eat the guy who won the belt for
Exactly.
He's so much better. And he was already the best.
Yeah.
So it's like the gap between him and everyone else is so massive. Like it's one of those things that's going to be really hard to see. But again, if it turns into like a technical striking match, like and Leon stays busy, I could see him getting it done.
Yeah. I agree with all that, Phil. Yeah.
So, but I don't think it will. To be clear, I want to make sure everyone knows. I don't think it will, but there is that possibility. So
our money's on Usman. Our money's on Usman.
Yeah, he's a massive favorite. I don't know if I'll be putting money on him because it's probably too high risk.
It's so hard to bet against him.
Yeah, he's like a 4-1 favorite, I think, in a title fight. That's huge.
That's crazy, yeah.
Right.
Wow.
So we'll move on to the second fight, which is interesting for all sorts of different reasons. It kind of came out of absolutely nowhere. We've got Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold, who I wasn't even sure wasn't retired.
Yeah.
And I think him and Rockhold had like some internet beef, or him and Costa had like some internet beef, and here we are. We've got like a fight coming up. So I guess I'll throw it over to you to get some thoughts on this strange matchup.
Yeah. Well, Costa's coming off, I want to say 2 losses to Izzy and Vittori. And he's looked, I don't know, he's looked not himself in the past 2 fights. And then you got Rockhold on the other side, who he's taken I think it's been a year and a half off.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 2 again after that Jan Blachowicz when he got knocked out. So from what I'm seeing in like the countdown and embedded and all that stuff, Rockhold looks like motivated again. He looks juiced to the gills. I'll just say it right now. There's fights that USADA just says that we're good. We're not even gonna take part in this. And this is one of those fights. Costa's juice to the gills, Rockhold's juice to the gills. Throw these two savages in there and see who comes out alive. These guys have zero, like they can't get to one successful USADA test. They can't get that jacket. You know what I mean? Like these guys. Have you seen the countdown yet?
I have not.
Oh my God, Rockhold is like he's like the Rock. I swear he's huge. Like if that guy's not on everything under the sun, then no one is. But besides that, I want to say Rockhold is a very, very talented fighter. And if Rockhold comes in there and doesn't get clipped, that's his main weakness is his chin. He's very chinny, got a glass chin. If he protects that chin with his life, I honestly think he could become champion again. He's that good. He's got really good stand-up, and his top game on the ground is second to none. So I think Costa needs to just be aggressive, pressure Rockhold because he doesn't like pressure, and just touch that chin. That's all you got to do is just touch that chin with Rockhold. He goes night-night, baby. So honestly, I'm going to take – I want to see Rockhold win. I like Rockhold in some ways, and then but I think Costa gets it done. Rockhold is so chinny these days that I think Costa's going to touch that chin. What do you think, Phil?
It's my favorite prediction ever. You spent 5 minutes trying to convince the world that Luke Rockhold could be the champion of the world again, and then you seem to get knocked out in his very next fight. I have no thoughts on that, but yeah, I agree with everything you said about Rockhold, but I think that those days were so long ago. And, think about when he was at the top of that division, that was 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
And he, every fight, he just doesn't look like the same guy. Like you think about, like the Blachowicz fight, like he looked very timid in the Yoel Romero fight. Like it's been a long time since we've seen that Luke Rockhold.
It has. You're right.
And again, like I said, for even though Costa does have he's lost his last two fights, those are his only two losses, and that dude hits really hard.
He does.
Yeah,
particularly to the body. He loves the body shots.
Yeah, so Rockhold's a skilled guy, and if he were able to drag this fight to the ground, I could see him pulling. But again, that's a long shot. I don't see any scenario where Costa just doesn't put a beating on him, either just hit him once and put him to sleep, or just an accumulation of shots, because everything Costa throws is with very ill intentions. And like you said, Luke Rockhold does not like to get hit.
No.
And Costa's going to hit him. So,
yeah.
And
so we're both going with Costa in this one, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And to be clear, there have been a lot of smug douchebags in the sport over the years.
Yeah.
Luke Rockhold may be the smuggest and douchiest of all of them.
I can't disagree with that.
No one doesn't want to see that dude get knocked out every time. His mother probably celebrates when he gets put to sleep.
Yeah.
Like that dude is just such a prick in real life. Like
he really is, man.
Or at least he comes across that way. To be fair, never met the dude. I've never hung out with him. I can't say he kicked my dog or anything.
Yeah, no, he's guaranteed a prick. You just tell.
Yeah, he just comes across like a guy like that you just want to see get smashed into oblivion. That's why I was glad, because it's like, well, I like to see Luke Rockhold get smashed. There's collection videos on YouTube of just all him getting knocked out. They're great. I watch them over and again. It's fabulous. And I think that Costa will probably be the final one, because if he violently knocks this dude out again, he's probably got to hang it up, because CT has got to be setting in soon.
Oh, for sure. CTE set in about 4 years ago, I think. So
he still comes across as a fairly well-spoken, intelligent guy. He just
does he? Intelligent? I don't know. Have you seen some interviews with him? There's compilations of him just acting just saying moronic stuff. You know what I mean?
Let me rescind my statement. He doesn't look like he has brain damage, but yeah, I wouldn't say super intelligent. He has said a lot.
Yeah.
I take that statement back. So.
I will say, just to add on that, he needs to protect his chin like it's a nuclear bomb or something. You know what I mean? About to go off, and he just in bubble wrap. He just needs to protect it so well. It's if he doesn't, then
it's hard to do when it's hard to win a fight if all you do because that's kind of what he did in the Romero fight. He hardly engaged because he stood like this the whole fight because he knew the first time Romero hit him, he was going to sleep.
And he did hard. Yeah.
And like I said, he did almost no damage in that fight because he didn't throw any offense because it looked like he was trying to survive. Like it didn't look like he was trying to win a fight. He's like, please just let me get to the end. Please
Get
let
that
me make it
paycheck.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me make it to the end without more brain damage. And
Yeah.
he got halfway through the fight and then he got clipped and then it got weird. Romero kissed him and it was strange.
Yeah,
So,
very strange fight.
Yeah, but
maybe there is like that rare occasion when someone gets knocked out so much that it like goes away, that glass chin, and it just it becomes like calloused, and it becomes
like Arlovsky.
Arlovsky and Overeem is another example.
Yeah. We got one more fight to talk about. Moving down in weight class. We got Jose Aldo, always super fun to fight, I should say. Is fighting Merab, who is a training partner of Aljo. If you guys are not familiar, Ben had to refresh my memory, wrestles a lot. So we've got the classic wrestler versus striker dynamic going. So, but before I steal all the thunder, Ben, throw me some thoughts. What do you see going down in this fight?
Honestly, I don't like the matchup for Aldo. I see Merab taking him down, making it a dirty fight, gassing Aldo out, and stealing the decision because Merab doesn't finish fights. The only way Aldo wins this fight is if he's extra aggressive and he gets the TKO or KO. He just needs to. He's not going to win. Or he's got outstanding takedown defense, which I don't remember Aldo having an outstanding takedown defense, but I think I'm going to take Merab in this. I think he grinds out a decision. What do you think, Phil?
It's a pick 'em. It's the line is pretty much dead even. I think you're probably making the smarter pick because it seems like in pick 'em fights, erring on the side of youth and erring on the side of wrestling does seem to work out in your favor more often than not. I don't know that my fandom of Aldo is going to allow me to be unbiased. And I just, I got to be honest and maybe, I don't want to say anything bad about this guy, but his fights just must blend in because I barely remember this guy, and we've seen him fight several times. And
you know why? He's boring as hell. That's
exactly.
Why you don't remember him. He's the smaller version of Bilal Muhammad, and that's all you need to say. So NyQuil, basically.
All right, then my pick is Aldo by violent KO.
Yeah, I love it.
That's what I want to see.
Someone's got to pick with their heart. Come on.
Yeah, and when it's Aldo, I pretty much always will. So, yeah. But he looked pretty solid in his last few fights. Aldo has looked good, but if he can manage to stay off his back, the one thing I would like to see return is him throw more leg kicks. But again, if it's a wrestler. But if it's a wrestler, he may not because he doesn't want to grab one of those legs and take him down. So, but if he can be aggressive and he can avoid the takedown, he's still pretty dangerous. He landed some good strikes. Even up into his last fight, he looked pretty solid. So
he has. I mean, that weight change, you think it'd be not great, but it's working out for him. I mean, with the exception of the Peter Yan fight, but that was
right. I mean, but he didn't even look bad early in that fight.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Yan is, he was the champion of the world. So, it's not like, there's no shame in losing to the champ. So,
I know.
He took him to the 5th round and he was competitive until it's like I said, picking with youth, he started to slow down and Yan stepped on the gas and he couldn't keep up. So,
yeah.
But yeah, anything else from this card or anything else you want to touch on? Like I said, I just wanted to get some content out there and, make sure we covered these fights for the people. So.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Phil. And I want to touch on one more thing is the Nunes and Nunes getting her belt back. She's the GOAT. She showed she's the GOAT and she got her belt back like everyone knew she would. But I don't know what Juliana Pena was thinking. She was running her mouth a lot, just being super annoying. I'm so glad Nunes got her belt back. I'm so glad. That's all I wanted to say. She looked flawless in that fight. It might have been her best performance since Cyborg. She looked great.
Yeah, she definitely, that was, I know there was a big concern with her leaving her camp that, she might not look as sharp, leaving American Top Team. But yeah, she fought a perfect fight. She,
perfect,
so yeah,
flawless.
Congrats to her. We'll save the GOAT debate for another channel.
Oh yeah.
I don't agree.
I forgot. Yeah,
I don't agree. But she's certainly in the conversation. That's a conversation for a different day, though. And I want to mention one other thing.
Yeah,
we just missed a fight. How glorious was it to see Cheeto land that head kick on Dominic Cruz?
You see, we're in a different boat on that one too because I'm a fan of Dom. I like the Dominator, and I don't like to see that.
I was a fan of watching his face bounce off the canvas.
That seems to be a popular consensus.
Well, again, much like we talked about Luke Rockhold, Dominic Cruz is not the nicest guy to other fighters. So
He's not. He does come off that way.
I give
too.
him credit. He's an excellent fighter, and he is an incredibly intelligent guy. And like his commentary is, he's super into the details. He obviously knows his stuff very well. Still a prick. Still glad he got knocked out.
Yeah. And also, let's talk about that Landwehr and what was the other guy's name? Whose name escapes me. Did you see that fight?
The co-main event that like a lot of people are saying is like a fight of the year contender.
For sure it is. That was a great fight. A great fight.
Yeah, so, that was a fun card. It was a fun card. A lot of times those free cards have been better than the pay-per-views.
Exactly.
That's the wild thing about fights. You never know which cards are going to deliver and which ones don't. So that's why you got to watch them. And
the low expectations of the cards is what gets you. When you have high expectations, they don't deliver. But then, like this card coming up, super low expectations. So it might deliver.
That's it. It doesn't have a lot to live up to. So it doesn't have to be great to exceed my expectations. So
exactly.
Yeah, this is one like we're going to begrudgingly watch this. So
yeah, exactly.
So cool. Anything else you wanted to cover, my man?
Oh, that's it, Phil. I mean, can't wait to have Russ back. That sucks he couldn't do it.
That'll be nice.
It was my bad because I'm always late in telling you guys. I suck at
scheduling. Conflicts come up, man. It happens.
I suck at scheduling things. So
everybody's busy, and the more people you got to schedule, the harder it is to get everyone together. So it's amazing we went this many episodes and no one's ever missed one. So
I know, yeah.
It's all good. He'll be back for the next one. He probably wouldn't run videos because I know he hates Leon Edwards so much. Like he would have probably just been grouchy if he had to talk about Leon. So.
I know he's looking forward to that Costa Rockhold fight though. So, but he'll
hopefully for the same reason I am.
I think he's actually a fan of Rockhold like me.
That's
I think
impossible.
He likes. As a fighter, as a person, he's just a grade A prickhead.
Impossible.
But yeah, we'll get to see Russ's best bets next time. So
sounds good, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that being said, we'll let you guys go. Enjoy the fights. Let's hope they deliver. We'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.
See you guys.